finally here, and that means that it is time to do our backyard, side yard, dining, lounging, work area. I am so excited. I haven't really shown much or really any of our outdoor space on this channel because when I did the home tour, it was freezing cold outside, and the last place I wanted to be was outside where it was like rainy and cold and windy. So let's take a quick look at what the space looked like when we first moved in. So as you can see, we do have some furniture pieces that we actually bought from the landlord, and these were our only furniture pieces that we had for the first week of living here. But you can also tell that this backyard is basically lacking any personality and really any life other than weeds. So we needed to clean up all the weeds to see what we're working with. So we spent a couple of days last weekend just pulling them up and giving ourselves a clean slate. We had a really relaxing morning. We actually woke up to the sound of a DJ cheering on the marathon runners outside, so that was unexpected. It's a beautiful day out, so we figured since we have the stuff to weed and we don't really have plans for the day, let's go out and pick some weeds and spend some time outside in our yard. I'm trying to figure out what was in here before. Yeah. I feel like he's talking to us.
Here we go. You got it. You're great.
These must be from in here because these trees are from in here. They're just so dead. Because there's roots in this one. Maybe they'll grow back. I really like the stone in here. I really like the stone in here. Like this, yeah, it's very Italian. I think we could have a little coffee breakfast area out here. I take the knee pads out. These rocks. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a professional. Am I? No. Are these weeds most likely gonna grow back? Because I'm not getting all the roots. For sure. We're taking a break. There's guys in the house next door working, and they're looking at me, but I don't even care. That's where I'm at. It is windy, but the sun is so warm. It's so lovely. I thought we were gonna be weeding the back because this is where we want to hang out, but we started with the front for the curb appeal. Once the weeds were all taken care of, I did spend some time going through and taking measurements of everything. I literally sat out all day and just took photos of the sun throughout the day so I could understand what part of our yard gets the most sun, what doesn't get sun, so that when we're researching plants and stuff that I want that we can put in here, we have a good idea of what's actually going to make it through the summer. Obviously the climate here is so different from Vancouver, so I had to be aware of what I was planting so we're not spending money and then having those plants die a couple weeks into the Texas summer. So now that I've got all of the measurements, I know where the sun is and I know kind of what the days in the yard are gonna look like. So now that I have the floor plan, why it got so loud once I came out here. Now that I have the measurements of everything, I know how big our space is, I know where the sun is, let's take a walk through and see my kind of initial plan of what we want to do. So this corner with the barbecue, we really don't want to do anything in here. It's close to the kitchen, which is lovely, and you know, it's on level ground. We don't have much more of these pea rocks or whatever you call it to fill in the level ground. So the fact that it's level, it's close to the kitchen, close to where we're gonna have the dining table, it's great. The only thing I do want to do is add in some sort of lighting, maybe off this fence because it gets so dark at night, but really there's not much that we want to do to this space. Okay, now for the exciting part. This is our dining area. Basically the main priority here is that we can have a space that sits comfortably, and then if we can add in more chairs, that's great. We obviously want an umbrella. This place gets really sunny in the afternoons, and so sitting, eating in the heat and the direct sun is not ideal. So we want an umbrella for our table. We do have these Edison bulbs on the side here, but against this wall, it's just dark at night. Like, it's just barren. And as you can see, I'll move the camera a bit, but this is just looks very unfinished. Like, the siding doesn't go all the way down. It doesn't feel finished to me. So what I want to do is put in some sort of greenery or something, like maybe a raised plant bed that can go against here, and we can have some posts in it with some string lights or something like that. Just something to add life against this just desolate wall. This is our lounging, sitting, fireside, late evening area. We bought all this furniture from our landlord and we're really happy with it. It will basically stay the way it is. I like where it is. We may just add like some throw cushions or something there, but this is really where I want to do something. This is your view when you're sitting on the couch. So the view when you're sitting on this couch is nice. Like, we have this flower bed that does already have plants in it. We probably won't do anything with that, but there's this like dead space in this corner. It gets the most sun out of anywhere on this property, so we won't put a chair there because that no one would sit in there. In the summers it's just going to be hot and it won't be enjoyable to like sit or do anything in that corner. But I'm thinking we have the opportunity to buy some sort of tree or plant that can withstand direct sunlight and the heat of the summer and do a nice feature in that corner, so that when you're sitting on the couch or you're sitting at the dining table, when you look over this way, you're not just seeing like construction outside is going to be the death of me. But when you're sitting, you won't just be sitting here looking at a dark fence, a dark uneven fence. Let's be real, it's not even. We do also have a front yard, but I think the back is the main priority. We have people coming to visit. The spring is here. I want to be able to work outside and have dinners outside and not eat on the couch. So we will do some stuff in the front yard, but that will probably be a different video later, maybe later in the summer. But yeah, I'm excited. My inspiration for this outdoor space is very lived in Tuscan Italian vibe. Think very rustic and natural. So I want to bring more living elements. So we're going to incorporate some more native plants to bring more life to what right now feels like a very bleak and honestly uninviting yard. And then we're also going to want to incorporate some lighting, not just Edison bulbs. I want to find some more creative ways to bring lighting into the space, and also some shaded areas. Obviously it gets super hot and the sun is very hot here in the summers, so we are going to want more shade than we currently have. Now, one thing I did want to mention is we are stuck with the pea stones that we have outside. Pea stones, pea gravel, I'm not sure what specifically they're called. I wouldn't have chosen this, but again, we're renting, so obviously we're not going to change it up, and it will save us on water bill in the summer because we're not trying to keep grass alive in the heat. So that's just something that we have to keep in mind when we're looking at furniture. For example, if we bought chairs with small legs, anytime anyone gets up, it will move the stones around and risk damaging that weed barrier that's under the stones, that because there's like barely any protection between the weed barrier and the chair. So that's just something to keep in mind. Because we also have the pea stone, we can't plant anything in the ground. So I did pull a lot of inspiration from like above ground pots that we can put some shrubs or some trees or greenery in, just to bring some more life and I want to say warmth. Not that we need actual heat, but warmth to the backyard to make it more inviting.